Okay, welcome to unit testing in .NET. So part 1, I explain you what's the project structures and what share we'll be doing. So part 2, if you miss part 1, so please go to the part 1 and then download the repo and then just download the repo and run it. So I explain everything how to run and how to download it at the part 1. So in part 2, we'll start coding. So what's the project structure? So make sure you open. Okay, share. Okay, I will close everything. Close our documents. Sorry, my mic size is too big. Sorry for that. So you go to the starter file and then open the starter.cs. And then that's inside the MVC movie application. And then go to the movie context. So you go to the data and then go to the movie context. You open that one, and because I'll be explaining you everything. So that's a context, database context, and then go to the controller. So and then open the movie controller and go to the starter, and then this is our test. So simple, we'll start. So we only have a one test. So previously we tested and we passed this test. So this is a working. So that's a dummy test. So whether unit testing working or not. So that's a finished project. So that's all unit, and then so where we start copying and paste from the finished project to the test start a project, because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to record so many long hours by explaining and then everything coding. So if you can go back, if you understood this one, and then you could come back, or you could move on another project, or you could read another one and then try it on your own. So we closed. We hide this one. So sorry, on Mac. So that's the finished project. So the first thing I want to explain to you is starter.cs and related to your constructor for the testing method. This is very important. Without this one, you cannot start unit testing easily in integrated testing like database, adding, deleting, reading, and then updating. So those operating, so it will be usually. So I really struggle with the first one. So I have to read and I have to look at the documentation. So if you read, so go to the above and then click the links, and then you can read more about it. Otherwise, just follow me along. So in here, sorry, scrolling down. Okay, in here, so make sure your path string is set to the where you download. So that should be, sorry, that shouldn't be E. And make sure you use this backslash. It's not slash, it's a backslash. So make sure this is inside the MVC movie. So .NET Code, that's a web project. So which is referred to this one. Otherwise, you have no idea, so that your test project has no idea where to go, and you will start getting complaints. So this one, you're creating a configuration beta. So based on where you basically this is this will be creating a test. Oh, where is a test project? Where is a web project? We'll be testing. So the big configuration beta, and then will be sorry, scrolling is opposite on Mac. So we'll be creating a beta project. So that's your environment. That's the testing. I'll be come back. So when you see this one, so that's inside the starter project. You need to create two. You need to modify the method. So this one is generated by Visual Studio. So that's what we modify. So we create a hosting environment which is called, whatever you say, we say testing because we are testing. You might see in different unit testing. And then this is the get setter method. So getter method. So getting the environment testing and then set it here. And oh, sorry, my schooling is wrong. Okay, I'll use my. So sorry. So in here, configuration services. Sorry, I got a little bit runny nose. So you don't have to worry about that. This is the default one. And then in here, we'll be saying that we'll be testing against the database. So DB context. So which is saying that we'll be testing in memory. So this is your normal when you're running the normal website. So that's using that real SQL database, and then this is a memory database, which mean we are not messing up inside the database for testing purpose. And then this is quite important. So that's for testing. So you need to create a scopes. That means you'll be injected. That's a dependency injection. So you'll be calling movie context again and again and again during your testing, and then that's a variable on your I mean, as long as the app is running, and then pretty much everything. Yeah, that's pretty much everything how you should do for testing in starter.cs, and then you can close this one. We can come back for the unit testing, and then so in here you create a test server. So that's getting from the NuGet package, and then if you go at the top, so you will see the server. So that's a NuGet packages. We see the server in somewhere. Yeah. So that's a ASP donor code. So this one using this test server. So otherwise you have to install it. If you download the starter project, that'll be included, so you don't have to worry about it. If you're running on your own, make sure you get that project. Otherwise, Visual Studio will suggest you, and then please install the NuGet packages. And you create a client, or you create a database object. So make sure this is quite important. So you'll be creating a host service and a guest service. So this is your database object, and that you'll be casting as a otherwise it cannot connect to your context. That's a dummy list. So that's up below. So if you are going to list, and then when you are starting, go to the implementation, or you can pick the definition here. So that's a list. That's a dummy movie list, because when we are testing, we don't have anything inside the database, so we will be. So we start copying and pastes this one to our startup. So I will explain you step by step. Sorry, my schooling is a little bit weird. So just copy and go to the simple unit test, and then you create a constructor. So in Visual Studio 2017 or Visual Studio Code, you type CTO. So that's creating your constructor, and then sorry, it's not allowed paste. And you'll be missing a lot. Don't worry, we'll go back. That's a lot of. So we'll be copying. Oh, we'll be copying this one. So that's a HTTP contest. paste it, and you go back to, you make sure you save it. So normally Visual Studio will recommend you everything, so that's you are importing. I should be prepared those one. Yep. This one. See, that's what I'm saying. So you need to install NuGet packages if you didn't have in your project. So I'm getting started from the MVC web. So if you don't have a NuGet package, make sure you install it. So we'll come back for this one. Right now, so far so good. And then we go to the bottom, and then this is our simple database. And copy. Visual Studio is quite compliant. Come on, baby. Okay. Remember to scroll up. So paste. So we need to import the. Yeah, I should be prepared those. Sorry, it won't happen next time. So we don't get any complaints. See, the code is reshaping, so that's good. We don't have any errors. So if you are seeing red, so that's not good. And it did even compile it automatically to start compiling it. And then please go to the my first. So you start you click live testing and then start, and then it will start automatic compiling whenever you run it, and then it will make your Visual it will make your computer a little bit slower if you are not fast enough. So we finished that one. So right now we have a full. So we copy this method and then we'll explain to you. We'll copy. So click copy. I will explain to you. So we give it space, paste. So that's the starting of integration test. So we're safer. Just a minute. Oh, come on, baby. Yeah. We're safer. So make sure you save it, because I'm working remotely to my computer. My computer had really big. My computer cannot record a good sound, so I'm recording from the Mac. So in here, so you'll be counting the. So we prepare everything. We prepare context at the constructor, and we try to see, okay, when you are in each unit, so make sure you. So we start with facts. That means this is the test method. Otherwise, it won't be executed. And then in here we'll be saying that that's a kind of entity framework and link together. So we already create a movie list, and then if you pick definition, we also pick definition. So we have a 5 movies. So that's at the bottom, and then we're trying to say that, okay, give me that list, and then you can count, and then you are exporting 5, and then you got it, you counting this one, so you are exporting 5, and then you got a 5, so that you pass. So if you add something, so if something went wrong, not expected, and that means your test method failed. So far so good. Because of live unit testing, you can reach here, and I was. So if you are on other platform, you go inside the UR. So you go inside the see inside the test data project. So type dir, so make sure you are inside it, and then .NET test. So you'll be seeing that you'll be passing 1. Make sure you are not running, while you're testing, you are not running something in Visual Studio. Make sure you stop the web services. That's the main thing. Sometimes you'll be running on the terminal that you'll be running web services, and then you're testing that, oh, I couldn't access to DLL or something like that. So we have a 2 methods, and then we pass 2. So that's congratulations. That's good. Sorry. So we're going back to the finished project, and we start compiling. We start copying another one. So the first one quite simple. I don't have to explain to you pretty much everything, but sometimes I'll be explaining. I'll be okay, go. Okay, copy that method, and then go, and then paste. So you need to import. So this is the inside the memory test. So when you are creating the data, when you are, I say .NET developer, like backend developer, you'll be adding adding the inside the data inside the database, and then so you'll be adding this two new movies, and then you'll be inserting. So in memory, whatever you run it, and then it will refresh, so it's gone. Sometimes it's gone. Also make sure this is quite important. Sometimes, so this is quite distinguished. Meaning. So you'll be testing whatever you create a memory database, and then every time you created this method, and then it will be creating a new database, and then it will clear the previous one, because otherwise you'll be getting conflict. So that's a recommended by, according to my reading, that's a recommended way of testing. Otherwise, so daytime now is kind of, so currently now, so it will be getting everything will jump in daytime, and then if you run it another second or another millisecond, your database will be completely different. So otherwise you'll be saying you're not getting 2, because you have a data inside it. You inserted this data, and then you have a 2, and then sometimes you have a key identity key conflicts. So that may data already, so we cannot insert anything. So you'll be adding 2 new movies inside the database, and then you're expecting 2, and then you got a 2. So that's another way of counting. So that's your context, and then context is coming from here, and then you create the options from your reference into this database, and then you insert 2 movies, and then you pass. Congratulations. You run it. As for the other operating system, just run the .NET test, and then it should be fine. So we'll be going back to the test project, and we start copying up. Just paste it. If everything is, if I need to explain, I'll be explaining to you. So make sure you include curly braces, and then you copy the whole method. Otherwise, So in here, so you make sure you don't have anything. So oh yeah, I forgot. So that's a movie service. That's a recommended way of Microsoft. So you create a services, and then you have it. We have it three. That's a constructor, and then we create an object, and then we trying to add. We're trying to get by ID. We're trying to find by title. So that's what we are testing. So that's better. So we are trying to do similar thing as before. So we try to add two new movies, and then 5 and 6. So like G and nothing strange. You save inside the current database, and then we try to get movie by 6, and then we are expecting title to be 6. So that's a expected title. So title currently it's a dummy, so I don't really care about it. So you can add real title. So your ID is 6, so we will be checking this one. ID 6 because you get by ID, so you trying to get, you already inside the database, and then you trying to get by ID, which is coming from movie services from here, and then you will be expecting, so you pass. So congratulations, you'll be master in unit testing. So we copied this method. This method is quite similar. Yeah, this method is quite similar from above. So in here, you need to ask threading.task. So you need to be you need to do Newton solve JSON. Okay, cool. I explain to you what's happening. So in here, get movie by true. So this is quite similar to the previous one, but here, so we are going inside the controller. So we requesting the movie detail test. So you are inside the movie's controller, and then you be going inside detail test, I think. Which one are we going? Sorry. So we are going detail test. So that means we are inside the movie controller. We are going detail test. We are going this method. So right now we are our test is a little bit much more complicated now, because you are going, okay, please give me this action from the controller. You will be passing. So maybe because we already created database context inside the starter.cs with the dependency injection. That's why we can access to the current database. So even though, so we go inside it, we trying to look for the ID, and then we return JSON, so movie object. That's what we are doing now. So we go inside the controller and the movie. We supply the ID, and we try to check HTTP. It's okay. It's 200. So that means HTTP. You can use 200 like that. Responder status code. So that means you are checking if your request okay, sometimes it will return 400 full. Normally you will get 400, which is bad request. It means something went wrong or server is returning something. So you come back. Sorry, I changed the typo. So we will convert the returning response. So we will be reading a string. So returning response. So we'll be reading. So JSON's returning a string and key value pair objects. It's JavaScript, kind of JavaScript object. So we'll be converting back to the deserialized. So we'll be converting back to movie. So movie mode. So the mode is here. So I forgot to. So we could be converted back to this mode. So far so good. And if you are expecting this one, so that's a movie ID. So which is sys, and you are expecting sys because you converted back to movie object, and then you'll be converting back to title. So and then you pass. So right now our methods are quite much more complicated. So we go back inside the finish one, and this is pretty much similar to the previous one, and then we'll be so copy including here. You copied it. If you are coding, so you can code along with the finished project. So I don't show you. Sometimes it will be hide out some other parts, so you can go and look inside the finished project, and then you can copy and paste it, or you can look and code it. So this one is find movie. So we'll be finding the movie. We'll be looking for the movie, and we have a movie list. We'll be adding inside the current database. So we'll be looking for the including number one. So dame number one. How many do we have? So we have it. So if title is contains one, it doesn't matter. It can be triple one, or it can be 1,001, 100,001. So whatever include one, and then it will be searching for it. That's what it's doing. So we'll be having two movies that include number one in the title. So that was it doing. So I hope you have a good time with the integration testing, and we'll move to the constructor testing. That's much more complicated. Not complicated, but that's much more including the other parts. So we'll be start copying the first method. So we copy. Make sure you copy. Go back to your test starter. Let me see. Paste. Don't want to. So we need to reference the home controller. So that we'll be getting from the movie. We need to reference the view resource, so that we are getting everything from MVC, and we'll be so this is a controller testing, which mean you are the users, web user. So you open the file, you open your browsers, and then you type it home, and then you type it whatever localhost or URL name. So it will return the index page. So that's what it is doing. So you will be testing like, so this is it. This is you are. So this one is acting like a real person testing on the browser. So if you go inside the movie controller, we go home or index, I think index. Yeah. So we sometimes you may have a two. Yeah, that's the right one. So we are going inside the, oh yeah, give me, okay, localhost. Let's see, we'll be saying localhost. Oh, what about you didn't supply the, action or, other part. So other part. So it will be giving you the index by default because you already declare inside the started.cs file. Whenever you didn't type another action method, it will be return into index method. So it will basically by default you will be reaching to this one. And you, I'm not explaining everything. So I assume you already know. In here you'll be saying will be returning the view and then including the movie list. So that's what we are testing. So you will be going inside the, we go inside the type localhost and then you'll be expecting view index. So the name should be index. That's what we are doing. I will show you. Can I show you? Yes, of course. So I forgot. So if you are on other platforms, just run .NET test. Make sure your website is stopped. So we are testing. So we have 5 test methods and then we pass 5. So currently we are going back to the we're going one step directory. So cd, you're going inside this project. So that's your main project. So you go inside it. So that's make sure you are inside the project and then .NET run. So you copy this one. I call it 5866. So you will be getting to the index page, so which is a home controller. So this is what we are testing. So you type a localhost with a port number, and then we'll be getting to the home controller. So I give you a little bit misunderstanding. So it's not the movie controller; it's a home controller. So we are going inside the home controller. Sorry, I'm really sorry about it. So we are going inside here. We are coming inside here by the code. You don't have to do anything. So we'll be returning view index. That means you'll be expecting index name. So the name is, so you go inside the views, you go inside the home, you're getting this name. So we go back to our test, our test, start a test method. And we copy this method. So that's related to the movie. So you copy, come back here, paste, save it, make sure you save it. So this one is coming, this one is home controller, we are testing against home controller. This one is against testing movie controller. See, you have a controller name, movie controller, controller name, home controller. So home controller, so that how you can tell. So we are going back to movie controller, so which is this one. So you'll be arranging, so you'll be inserting database, and then you'll be search, you'll be index one, so view result. So we are inside the movie controller. Let's see, movie list. What do we have? We have 4. That's misleading to you. We stop this one. We stop the services. So we are getting the controller index 1. So we are inside the movie. Oh, yep. So we are inside the controller. So we are searching by string. So it's same as previous one. So we are searching by 1. So we didn't supply anything. See, we didn't supply genre. And then you'll be counting. You'll be getting 2 because we have a 2 movie related to 1. Right, and then we'll be testing the first one. So this one testing the first one. So you will be getting anything contain number 1. So we'll be getting 1 and 11. Will be, so the first one that was the same, or you can do by, you can be get by just. So the first one you are expecting PG. So you'll be expecting PG, you'll be getting PG. That means you pass. The second one, and then you get a list. You get a list which is the count. So you get how many movies do you return including about 1. So you got a 11, 1 and 11. So you got 2, 1, 2. So that's how you're getting. We'll go back to the finished one, and we'll copy this one. Copy and paste. So this is we are testing the pay request. So that's not recommended. Sometimes your controller is returning a 400 error. Make sure you save it. Alright, we'll go back inside the movie controller. So in here, you search through here. So otherwise you look inside here. So that's where we are testing. So we are testing this method. So pay request, which is basically mean 400. So we will go back inside our starter test method. So you go inside the pay request method, and then you'll be expecting this type of pay request result, and then make sure you are set type is pay request result. Otherwise you'll be getting the different error. So you are expecting, if you are typing like a sat equal, I think it's 400, which is pay request. 400 or 4 ones, yeah, 400. So we'll be coming down another method, which is a little bit longer. So we copy this method. imagine if you're typing, it will take a long time. The recording will be around 1 hour. So in here we'll be inserting, so pay request edit post. So we'll be inserting something here. So this is always returned true somehow. So you can either interchange between true and false. So you'll be going inside the controller, which is edit. You are going inside the edit I. Is that the right one? Because sometimes you have a 2. So that's HTTP post. See? So this is get method. So you are going inside this method because you'll be expecting something. So this is what we are testing. Sometimes we pass something from here, and then we'll be saying that, oh, we couldn't find any the variable model state, and you return the model state is invalid. That's what we are testing. So we are testing because we have a constraint. We have a saying that we have a rule that title should not be null or empty. So that's a require. So that's what we are checking. We have too many requires. So that's what we are checking. So if title is null or empty, and it will be returning as a model state invalid. So that's what we are testing. So we'll be creating a dummy movie object, and then we'll be given the dummy ID, and then we'll be setting a new title. So title is empty, and then it will be returning to the bed. So we'll go back to our finish test. So this is a little bit. So this one is copy. So we are doing this one. So this is quite similar to previous one, but we are editing HTTP post. Yep. So that means we trying to change the movie one ID. So we'll go back. We'll go down here. So currently, this ID number 1 is 1, and we want to change to hello world. That's what we are doing. So we go inside the controller edit post method. Remember, this is HTTP post, and then we return the view result, and then we change which we'll be compiling back to the model. So you'll be creating compiling back to the model, and then because of movie model, from the your view data model, so which is returning. So you are inside here. So you're returning view movie. So that's what you are testing. So that's one view data model, and then you'll be expecting to change number 1 to hello world. Then we only left 1 or 2 more methods. Yeah. So this one is quite straightforward because you will be deleting you'll be testing the delete method, whether it's working or not inside the controller. Excuse me. So we'll go back movie controller. So we'll go back delete method. So where's the delete? So this is a delete, but it's not deleting yet. It's preparing. So this is a delete, actual delete method. So that will delete, that will remove, the one, the data from your database, your table. So that's what we are testing. So delete post, see HTTP post. So that's a good identification. So we're using the post method. Make sure you are testing the right method. Otherwise, you will be this one is wrong. After you, we try to delete number one. That's an ID. So we try to delete ID one. So which is one, because forget about this one. This is new controller that's inside the memory. What about you refresh, you save here, and then change it back to the default, which is one, because you compile again, and you'll be expecting the okay. Please delete ID1 from the memory database, and then you'll be expecting. So in here, you go back here. We go back to the movie controller and delete method HTTP post, and you'll be expecting. So after you successfully delete it, it'll be going back to the index. So which is the index page. So you'll be expecting redirect to action. So make sure you check that one. So that's a redirect to action. So you'll be make sure this is quite important, and then you'll be getting the name you expected. Name is index, and you'll be getting index. So you pass. Then that's the last one. So we copy the whole thing. Copy. And paste. So this is our last test method. Sorry, it will take you long. So we are going redirect to action test. The same as previous one, but I started with this one. So we going inside the movie controller. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to. I will show you. Okay. We're going inside the movie controller, and then we're going redirect to action test. It's a movie controller. So we are testing this one. So whatever we test redirect, I mean, you can redirect to any page, but we are redirect to the index page. So we are expecting index. That's what we are doing. So we are requesting index. So we are checking either controller name is new. So that's a kind of some other method you can be test. If the one's new, then it will return. So this is pretty much everything. So according to my understanding of unit testing, make sure when you are checking, make sure you are either on the same object type, return type. If your return type is redirect to action or view page or whatever, so this is the view. So otherwise your test will be free. And if you are using this project as your reference, so you are welcome. So you can go to the source repository, so which is this one, and then you can download it, and then you can run it, you can test it, and then I'll give you the some explanation. I will add how to compile and run the project in the README. So hopefully you learn something, and then good luck with your unit testing.